Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why medicine or why being a medical doctor is overhyped. I am not doing this video to discourage those who want to be medical doctors from being. I'm actually doing this to help you have a more balanced information about it before you venture into it, because the many high expectations in medicine is what's causing a lot of people by the time they become doctors to really be disappointed. So when you get the real picture of what it means to be a medical doctor, it will help you to be able to handle some of the setbacks or some of the disappointments that come along with our jobs. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell notification. And to my returning guys, thanks guys. So let's dive into today's video. To start this video proper, I would want to give 4 major reasons why most people want to be doctors. The first reason is to help others. The second reason is the status and respect attached to medicine. The third reason is the financial reward. It might be selfish, but it's a credible reason that many people want to be doctors. And the fourth reason, the thrill of the practice, the mental challenge, the push to satisfy your ambitions and grow as an individual mentally. It's not in any direct order, like it's not in order of popularity. Also, these are just random stuffs. It might be the major drive for one person, might be different from the major drive for another. So I will take them one by one and help you see why, if one or more of these reasons is why you're a doctor, you would likely be disappointed and you would likely see medicine as being overhyped. So let's start with helping others. This, I think, is the most popular reason people want to be doctors. They want to help. They want to help the society. They love to play their own parts in curtailing many problems. And there's nothing as big as being able to save people from the cusp of death itself. So why having that kind of high expectation might disappoint you is for the fact that, especially if you're going to be a clinician, you can't really control the health outcome of a lot of lives. And most of the factors that will make it out of your control are actually systemic factors. So this is it in this way. In a country like Nigeria, there are many things that no matter how good of a doctor you are, you can really do little about it. The first is hospitals are under-equipped. So there are people that could come in and need help, but you don't have the equipment to help them. There's little you can do about that. I have heard a doctor tell me they lost a child because there was no cannula. A cannula. I don't know how much cannulas are now, but cannulas are one of the cheapest things you can ever get in the hospital. They couldn't have a cannula to cannulate this boy. And it wasn't the hospital. The parents could not afford it at that point in time. And there was really nowhere they could secure it. So this is something that will affect you. This is very, very relatable in developing countries, but unlike the developed countries. But these are some things that happen. The other thing is patients present late. So many times they come, they're already terrible, and there's really little you can do about it. Then you should have to know that for medicine, there are a lot of things that can be unpredictable. Some patients might come in fine and things change. So I don't think there's any good doctor that has not lost at least one patient. You have a limitation to your knowledge too, so you can make mistakes that will cause a patient's life, and that's part of the risk as a medical doctor. But you have to make sure that you did your best in those kind of situations. So this, in a way, will affect how much help you can prefer to patients. Then another thing you have to note is that you are not really that important or significant in saving lives. Hear me out. You see, right from med school, if you didn't enter med school, there would have been someone that would have taken your slots. So even if you entered med school and graduated and became a doctor, once you leave med school, the medical practice, there will be someone that's going to replace you. So your absence does not really create a gap that you think it does. You always have a replacement. So you are not that indispensable. Your presence or absence does not really do as much as you think it does. So when it comes to the saving of lives, you are not really contributing much per se. Except maybe you go into preventive medicine, which is quite good. It's life-saving. A lot of diseases are evaded because of that. Or you also go into research and finding some breakthrough medications. Yes, you can, but in clinical practice, you might save a couple of lives, but it's not really worth all the stress you're going to put yourself through to become a medical doctor. So, save lives, but don't expect too much, and don't be devastated when many things out of your control make people lose their lives. The second on the list is the status and respect. Gone are those days that doctors were being seen second to God. I think the earlier generation held that, but things are changing now. We live in a society where there are many people that are more influential and more respectable than you. We tend to now listen to celebrities and very rich people way more often than even the professionals themselves. So as a doctor, you don't really have that respect as much as you think. You're not really as popular, you're not really as classy, and you're not really as rich per se. Unlike before that, you could just say you're a doctor and a lot of people really hold you with high regards. Now, people don't really care as much as they do. Many people don't see you as important as you do. And that's why they're increasing cases of assaults on doctors, they increase cases of people second guessing doctors and the rest. So you don't really hold that reputation. But it's the truth you have to accept. So just do your part, just be good enough. So if you're expecting that once you become a doctor, everyone will be like, wow, doctor, oh, Baba Bonit, you know, they like before again. Sorry, it's not as it was before again. So lower expectations when it comes to that. Just be a good doctor, play your best part, and let God reward you for that. The next is financial success. I think this is a topic that I have touched more often in my videos, and over again I would tell you that as a doctor you can't really be rich except you go into business. Yes, when you go into business you can be, but if you're going to be the average clinician, you're not really making as much money as you think you are. In developed countries, they have to take student loan to be able to finish med school, and by the time they're done with their medical training, the cost is way more than you think, and some will take their entire lifetime paying back those loans. Yeah, so imagine paying back the loan and also working to take care of other responsibilities. And if you had come from developed countries, if you had rich parents, good, you wouldn't have much loan. But the doctors that come from middle class to poor families, you know that your parents took a lot of loan to sponsor you and they had crippled their future because of yours. So you would also want to pay back. And after that, you're married, especially if you're a male, and you have further responsibilities to take. It doesn't mean that the females don't have responsibilities, but we live in a world where the men shoulder the responsibilities more often than not. So after you graduate, you still have to take care of your family. Apart from the family that you're already creating, you must pay back that loan. It's just now not the loan from the government. It's the loan from your parents. You have to take care of them. And many of them wouldn't be able to do anything again because of how much they had invested in you. So the financial reward is not really there. You're not going to be rich. You'll be comfortable, yes, definitely. And sometimes you're going to struggle. If you live in a country like mine that the salaries are not really good, and many times even with the bad salary, they are not regular. So sometimes you see salary, sometimes you don't. Understand? A lot of doctors are working here and there. I can't tell you that. I can't even start telling you that story. So if you're coming into medicine because of the financial rewards, especially if you're expecting to be rich and very comfortable, then look for something else. It's definitely not medicine. Then the last reason is the thrill for medical challenge. Yes, especially if you had watched medical movies, medical series like House, The Good Doctor, that you see cases and your head is just busting. You feel very intelligent and you feel that's the place where you can do many mental exercise. No. You can't really say that. The first is you have to understand that these challenges can be very exhausting. They can be very exhausting. So by the time you start having this, over time you wear out. You just wear out. And another thing is you don't have the autonomy of knowledge. So even if you know some things, except you're an authority, even as an authority, you are being checked. So because something comes to your mind does not mean you just execute it immediately. So forget what the movies tell you. Medical knowledge and application is restricted to a large extent. You don't work as an individual, you work as a team, and everything must be second guessed. That's it. And if it fails, you're being held accountable. If it succeeds, you're being commended. So that's it. So if you're expecting that you're being medicine, having some thrilling things of making you, wow, cracking your brain, showing how intelligent you are, flexing your mental muscles, no. The real practice is really not like this. So as I said earlier, I am not saying this to discourage you, but these are the things that could make you feel medicine is overhyped. But no, medicine is really good and it's still rewarding. Personally, it's rewarding to me. I really don't regret being a medical doctor, but if I had the knowledge I did, I think the chances of me going to medical training would have been very slim. I would likely have done something else, but I'm really glad that I didn't and I became one. So if you want to be a medical doctor, I would advise you to discuss with doctors and really hear the parts and ask yourself whether you'll be able to do it or not. And that's one of the main aim of this video. For those aspiring to be doctors, I try to bring the lives of doctors to you so that you see it and you're able to make well-informed decisions before you join us there, or else this thing can be depressing. Oh, I don't tell you. So that's all. What do you think about today's video? Let me know in the comment section. If there's anything I left out, I want you to also let me know in the comment section. If you have other things you want me to discuss about, or you have further questions, please let me know and I'm going to answer you as quickly as possible. Do you think it's overhyped? Do you think it's not overhyped? Let's talk about this. I'm just giving my take on this. So thank you and I'll see you in my next video.